topic is the need for oneness. And it's such a great need. It's such an important need. The need is so great that this was the last thing that the Lord Jesus prayed for before going to the cross. This was the last thing on his mind. It's like, all right, your time's up. You've got one more unfinished business that you're praying for, right? Yeah. It's like your last request, and this is it, the need for oneness, right? And so we'll see, why is this need so great? And it's, in fact, related to the last song that we sang because it's related to God's purpose. In the 6th stanza, consummation of the purpose in eternal ages plan, God will have his corporate vessel, all his glory to contain. Lord, we're holy for thy purpose, all thy goal in us attain. So God's purpose, God's goal, and God's need is to have this corporate vessel. Now we know that a vessel is a container. What's the corporate side? What does corporate mean?
Consisting of many parts.
Many, right? Plural. Okay. But how many vessels is there? One. So it's not that God needs millions of vessels, right? Now, he does desire to have millions of sons, but the ultimate purpose is for one corporate vessel. So somehow, all the millions of sons, right? And of course, we're all created as vessels, but somehow we have to become one corporate vessel. So the many have to be built together into one. And we'll see that oneness actually is very much related to the matter of building. You can't have building without oneness, and you can't have oneness without building. I mean, let's take a house, for example. Okay, we were talking about houses, right? If you just have a pile of material, but they're not constructed, they're not built together, then you just have a lot of material. You wouldn't look at that and go, oh, there's one house. But you build it together, and there's a proper order, there's a plan, right? There's something to connect all the parts, and then you go, oh, okay, there's one house. Wow, lots of components, lots of material, right? But it's all been built together into one. So oneness has to do with building. And we know God needs his building. And by building, of course, we're not talking about a physical building. We're talking about the corporate vessel. We're talking about a corporate man, right? To contain him, to express him. We talk about Christ as the head of the body. So, right, we're building the body, okay? But you can't have the building if we don't have the oneness. Right? So this is why there's a need for oneness. And what does the vessel contain, according to the song? God's glory. God's glory. God's glory is just the expression of God himself. When God has this corporate vessel, then there is something in this universe that can contain his glory and that could express his glory. There is something that is both worthy enough and capable enough to express God himself. That's why we need the oneness.